What's up everybody, welcome back to Toge Labs. Today we're going to be installing the front suspension for our S14. Here you can see the ISR Pro front traction rods as well as the adjustable lower traction rods from P2M. We've gone ahead and already installed the coilovers. There are only 3 bolts up top holding this to the chassis. We are also installing the P2M tie rod ends. First we're going to install the tie rod ends to the steering rack, and we're just going to go ahead and twist this on. Remember to install the nut first before you twist on the tie rod ends. We're also going to use a supplied cotter pin to install it to the bottom of the tie rod end for the castle nut. This keeps the nut from backing out. Now we're going to install the adjustable lower control arms. This is held on by a 19mm bolt going to the front subframe. The front traction rod is also held on by a 19mm bolt, so we're going to go ahead and install that as well and connect that to the lower control arm. And in this case, it's held on by 8mm Allen key bolts. Next we're going to install the knuckle to the coilover, and this is held on by 2 bolts. Note that the top bolt mounting point for the knuckle to coilover has a offset washer. This allows some additional adjustment for the camber. Next we're going to install the rotor as well as the brake caliper back onto the knuckle. Make sure that the brake caliper has a retaining clip that holds it to the coilover, as it's very important so it doesn't keep the line. Next, we're going to connect the lower control arm to the knuckle. There are 2 castle nuts that hold the lower control arm to the knuckle. The one on the bottom is tapered to allow movement, and the one on top is flat. And don't forget to put on the cotter pins to go through the castle nut to ensure that the bolt doesn't back out. Now we're going to install the tie rod end to the knuckle. The taper bolt goes straight through the knuckle, and we install the castle nut, and remember to also use the cotter movement. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten the two bolts that hold the traction rod to the lower control arm. And lastly, we're going to install the wheel back onto the car and do an eyeball alignment to drive it to the alignment shop. Here's a better view from underneath the car. We have the ISR Pro traction rods, the adjustable lower control arm, as well as the tie rod and coilovers. And this concludes our front suspension install video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.